What's my definition of landscape? That's a very good question, because we have this kind of visual interpretation, don't we? We don't have it as a list of a sentence.
Well, landscape is three elements: as ground, foreground, distance, and sky. Three elements.
What's my finish of a landscape? Something that looks beautiful.
We've taken the definition of landscape as being a very broad one. So basically anything that isn't interior, we've taken as landscape. So they are landscapes and seascapes and urbanscapes and views that are quite a long way from what you might think of a landscape if the word brings Constable to mind.
The traditional landscapes, we're not traditional. We're not traditional. We're far out.
I found it really difficult to come away from the traditional, so I wanted to copy it, but it's a real refreshing change for me to come and just, what I feel that I've done is the middle section of that is this, and then to actually come right away from it and explore things in colour and shapes, rather than actually doing it, but the impression of that is this. I've never done that sort of thing before, and it's quite a challenge and quite exciting, and I've really enjoyed doing it. I wondered what modern art was all about, really, how people were expressing something in modern art, and now I can see what happens.
What I did think is, did the project mean that you started off looking at a landscape with an established piece from the collection, but it can inspire you to actually do something like even a portrait, which was, a portrait with no question about it.
Many of them focus on the form of the original landscape, so that what you then see from that is something that is almost entirely abstract, because they're taking the shapes from the original landscape and playing with them. And all the participants have been encouraged not to simply copy, to certainly take and play with motifs, ideas, colours, shapes, and subject matter from the originals, but not simply to copy them.
This one was actually yellow, but it's come out green.
You've got these wiggly lines here, which are just, the sort of, I think it's meant to be Crete. Anyway, these are Cretan plants and Cretan walls. And so she just took the wiggly line thing and the painting comes from the wiggly lines. So this one, which actually is based on a painting of the City Gents, she did a drawing from it, but she used the same wiggly lines within it. So it sort of brings both things together.
It's a blue dash pink, isn't it?
Unless you're taking a photograph, then it's all interpretation. And even a photograph, if you concentrate on a detail of something, like a bud, instead of the whole plant, then you are interpreting. So everything is a landscape of the mind, because it's what you see. And as we've learned in this particular project, everybody sees a different detail in, for instance, this. A lot of people saw like a motorway kind of thing with all the lines. Now I saw I had it up that way, and I saw faces, like a man with his arms out and face, and then repeated their face, and then upside down, the same kind of thing with moons.
It's all been quite an experience for me that I would never have ever stepped out, and also to work in a group. I never found it very easy to work in a group before, because I thought I'd be a failure or something. And and I've really enjoyed this group. It's been such a pleasure to be in this group.
The good thing about being at a big table like this is that you can do your own thing that we're all doing. We're not all doing the same piece of work, so we're in that sense it's individual. But if we want to, we can talk to each other and still do the work. If we don't want to, then we can just be surrounded by the atmosphere and enjoy that without necessarily having to join in, but you're still involved, so I like it, yeah. We're being told how the technique is, being taught it, but then it's left up to our interpretation, so we're not being judged here, and that makes for a much more relaxed environment, and people try.
It can be very solitary if you're painting at home and you're on your own. But I couldn't come out from that, and I joined in this group, and I found that it's a great thing to discuss other people's paintings, see what they're doing. It's exciting.
Here we go.
Yeah, really exciting.